What is up, guys? It is Esports Content Entertainment coming at you guys with another video here today. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Jankos and G2 Esports. So Jankos has been playing for G2 Esports since the EU LCS 2018 spring split, but after G2 went 1-5 during the 2022 League of Legends World Championship, G2 Esports started retooling their roster for the upcoming LEC 2023 season. So the other players that ended up joining G2 were Hansama, Mickey X, and Yike, as they are keeping Broken Blade and Caps from the LEC 2022 season. Flakkid will be playing on Team Heretics Academy, Targamas will be playing on Excel, and Jankos will also be apparently joining Team Heretics. Now, G2 Esports tried to acquire Elyoya from Mad Lions, but people factored this in much later on, and I even mentioned this in previous videos as well. G2 Esports should try and get Elyoya if they want to try and, change up the mid-jungle dynamic on G2 Esports, but the issue here is Elyoya's current contract is up for Mad Lions at the end of 2023, coming up next year. So that means that G2 Esports would have to buy out Elyoya. That means not only paying for his buyout, but also paying for whatever they're going to pay for his contract to have him on their team. So there's a lot of variables when it comes to, buying out a player that's already under contract. Usually orgs try to get players when they're off of, their current contract. That way they don't have to pay for the buyout for that player. So there was a situation where, Mad Lions were offered like 2 million for Elyoya, and then they try to get 4, and it's like, you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck? No Western player is really worth $2 million. Like, even the best Western players, I would argue, at the very minimum, highest, if you really are trying to stretch it, they're worth about $800,000. $1 million plus is what you pay for, top tier import players to come play for your roster for, the competitive League of Legends season before the start of a new year. That kind of money is to bring over big import players. I would never pay $2 million for Elyoya. I think Elyoya is a good jungler. I do, but goddamn, that is just flat out overpaying. That's what inflates the market on some of these esport players' salaries. An org's just like, 2 million for Elyoya. And I love G2, but I gotta admit, that's pretty fucking stupid. Elyoya, $2 million? Fuck off with that. That man is worth like $500,000 at best. Let's be honest here. $2 million, I better be getting my ass fucking Zeka. I better get my ass the Shy. Bruh, you better be giving me some good ass fucking players with that shit. Elyoya, $2 million. Get the fuck out of here. But Alejandro Gomez tweets, sources, Jankos has reached a verbal agreement with Team Heretics to be their new jungler in LEC. Team Heretics and G2 Esports have reached a $100K buyout agreement for the Polish player. Did they really pay $100,000 for Jankos? That seems kind of low given the fact that he's played for G2 Esports since 2018 and just brought that org massive success. I think Jankos is the best Western jungler we've ever had, honestly. In my own personal opinion, not just in EU, just from the West period. I think he's been the best jungler. I think 100K is a little too low for him, but they were really trying to get Jankos a team because it was kind of wildly assumed that Jankos wouldn't have had a team for the LEC 2023 season. So right here, sources, Jankos reached a verbal agreement with Team Heretics to be their new jungler in LEC. Team Heretics and G2 Esports have reportedly reached a buyout agreement for the Polish player. With that said, Jankos is set to become Heretics jungler. Jankos is a very veteran player and very well valued in the LEC. The Polish jungler has been competing since 2013 in different teams, but the longest he has been in G2. This farewell would put an end to 5 years where the jungler competed in the ranks of the European giant. Yeah, so that marks an end of an era for Jankos and G2 Esports. I mean, there's a world where he could literally just join in 2024 because, Mickey X left her 2022 and then came straight back in 2023. It's crazy how G2 Esports get branded as this really bad org, but one of the players, Mickey X, is like, I'm coming back to that. Can't go off these other dog shit orgs like Excel. It's I just find it very weird that people say things like that, yet other people's actions have spoken differently. No, guys, I promise you, other players want to play on G2. Broken Blade was very happy he got a chance to play on G2. And Broken Blade is so lucky he did not get cut. You know, I'm thinking to myself, why didn't G2 try to go after, like, Summit? You know? Why keep Broken Blade? I just don't get it. You know, but that pretty much rounds out all of the teams, you know, because, I think LEC Wulo has posted that the LEC teams have all been finalized based off verbal agreements. Now, anything and everything can happen generally when it comes to these situations, but if all these verbal agreements play out, these are our LEC 2023 teams, and I'll be having a separate video, you know, going over that. But yeah, that kind of wraps it up for today's video. I think Jankos will inevitably be the franchise player for Team Heretics. I think he'll stay here maybe 2 years. It just depends on how these situations go. Sometimes players just stay, you know, for 1 year when they finally leave their legacy org, but it really just depends, honestly, how this will play out. Like I told you guys before, I want to try and reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and if I don't hit that goal, that's fine, but I at least want to try and hit that goal as close as I can. So if you are new to the channel and watching this video for the first time, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and, you know, smash the like button. Greatly appreciated. More 2022 League of Legends offseason content is coming, and after I finish up the LEC 2023 season teams that have all been pretty much finalized, doing that video, I'm going to be giving you guys the first batch of LCS 2022 off-season news, because now that the LEC is done, it is time to focus on the LCS, which I know is going to be very, very interesting to talk about. So I will see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I am MSK, and this is Esports Content Entertainment, your one place for esports content. All right, guys. Deuces.